Okay, what do we have here? BJL as the Cumans in the blue, and Brominelli as the Turks in the red. They're going against four opponents. Emperor Palpatine playing as the Huns. No houses. Beautiful. Look at that. Right onto the food. We have Air Matt J as the Koreans. Some houses. Very nice. Very nice. Get to work, buddy. Get to work now. I'm sure he'll get to work eventually. Coffee. Coffee break. Emperor Zerg as the Malay. I've heard Zerg is an absolute professional melee player. He knows his water. He knows his islands in Indonesia. He might have some Indonesian background, really. And we have Pedro, the Cruel. Pedro the Cruel. That is an AI, and that will be interesting to see if Pedro plays a factor in this game. He's keeping up pace with everybody else. It's very good. We'll get fast forward a little bit through the start here. Nothing too exciting. Scouting going on. Oh, Pedro. No resources. Oh my goodness, Pedro. You got to get the resources. I wonder if Pedro actually relies on some of his teammates for resources. That would be really annoying to have him on your team. Scouting. Oh, what have we here? This looks like we're in the business of sheep stealing. Who is that? Palpatine. Yes, of course. Romanelli is quick on it though, ready to stop that, gain his sheep back. In fact, actually, those will probably be JL's sheep. It's a big play. That's a valuable play. Pedro the Cruel has lost his scout. Pedro, what a beginner move. As is tradition, Romanelli walling up quickly, looking for a boom play, keep things secure. Could probably expect some good pressure from four opponents. We all know Air Match A loves the early pressure. BJL is first to the feudal, and Pedro lets everybody know that he's going to head on up to the feudal, which is nice. Actually, it's good to communicate with your team. Air Match A, number 2. Oh, and as the Cumans, we have 2 town center. So BJL is not going to waste any time with that. Should be able to get a villager lead pretty quickly, which he actually already has pretty significantly. 27. Oh no, Palpatine's right there with him. Wow, job, help. No military from anybody yet, except for Bomanelli's got his barracks and has quite a wall situation. Oh, here we go. Air Match A with the forward base. Coming up to help out Pedro, Mr. Cruel. Oh, careful, Air Match A. That's a lot of town center. But actually causing a disruption and decent pressure. Oh, Pedro needs wood. Air Match A, you need to leave this alone. Help Pedro out. This is good pressure by Air Match A. Let's see where else we have anything going on. Oh my goodness, and Palpatine is right here too. Wow. This is oh, one spearman is going to do a lot of damage against those early scouts. Oh my gosh, and they just get cleaned up to the spearman. Good play by BJL to handle that quickly. But here comes more pressure right into the town center fire. The idea is right. Execution can be a little better. Things are messy. How's Bromanelli doing? This whole oh yeah, that's a good economy. Look at this. Worry-free chopping. Very nice. BJL, I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be just okay there by yourself. Once again, MJ, you put that tower right here, and that causes a lot of problems for this gold and stone. Another one, right here, right here, right here. Ooh, we've got fishing ships. Zerg, the melee, of course, very strong on the water, and they're gonna do whatever they can to cause trouble for Brominelli. BJL did manage to make it to the castle age though, and even though he has towers now all over his base. Oh my gosh, Air Match A put a tower right here. Look at all this. So far, Zerg is just chilling over in his base, but he's going to have a really strong economy and a really strong navy, while BJL has just been under absolute constant pressure on his wood and his food. And he's actually pushing into Pedro. Sorry, I must have missed that. Pedro has been eliminated, essentially. Before BJL thought it would be a good new base, so just rock through there to take whatever he needs. And, ooh, Brominelli is making a push into Zerg's base. We've got a town bell rung as 7 or 8 men at arms disrupt the peace. All the while, just the regular chaos and raiding happening in BJL's base, which he is more than accustomed to. Pedro is going to Castle Age. Thank you, Pedro, for keeping us up to speed. And BJL is going to drop a defensive castle up in the back. That should secure him some gold, a strong wood line, and will allow these town centers to defend in the front. All the while, Zerg is able to push back the little push by Brominelli, and we'll go back to his booming ways. Brominelli does have a really nice base over here. Let's see. So here comes Palpatine with the knights, and these will be trouble for sure, but they can't really dive under that castle. BJL's done a really good job of setting up his base to be sustainable, obviously under a lot of pressure, but he's doing a fine job. It will definitely want to be looking into some expansion, but he's going to have to beat Palpatine to it. Palpatine is kind of on an all-in push up here to the front. Pretty basic and bare bones economy back here, and vulnerable, but I don't think Brominelli or BJL are in any position to take advantage of that, unfortunately. And match A, similar situation, completely undefended, but when you're going with this much pressure, that's the trade-off you have to make, and BJL's got his hands full. It'd be interesting to see if either of these guys can get a raid through, how valuable that would be. I actually don't know who wins this game. I think because I've heard a lot of trash talking, I could probably make a guess, but I'm not sure when it ends, how it ends, or exactly who wins and who might be declared the victor. It is looking like this two-person team is under a lot of pressure now coming in from Zerg, although he's got nice defenses and that's a really good castle spot actually. That's going to be able to shoot ships on the shore, and he's got some gold at the base of it. Lots of gold at the base of it actually. But these crossbows at the back, oh, they're going to find a lot of value. All these wood lines. Nope, get out of the castle fire. Not if they go in the castle fire, which they all do, and they all die because of it. We've got 2 Air Match A castles and just the one Palpatine castle up in the front of BJL's base, which is really limiting his access for expansion of any sort. And now the raids are coming in. There's a lot of things for BJL to deal with right now. However, Brominelli is looking well boomed. Now he needs to drop another town center, but I guess he's going with the castle play. Defense. Really relying on BJL to look after himself here. I think Brominelli's stance is, I will defend myself, and myself only, regardless of how many opponents are attacking you, BJL, running through your base. Starting to mass up a good amount of kip checks, though. Unique unit for the Cumans. And again, it's a bit of a stalemate here. LaForge is staying back in his defenses, which is valuable and pretty solid. But another castle coming up for Air Match A, and at some point, we'll have to see some sort of pushback. Actually, here it is right here. BJL first to Imperial Age. So finally can get some trebuchets out. Okay, things are getting intense now. Palpatine's got his trebs out, and I did see a couple red knights come in to try to help, but ooh, nice little fishing village though. So nice to see that these guys can live in such peace and harmony while just a few kilometers away, oh, not even, a few meters away, there's absolute carnage. Oh, and Pedro, maximum town size, 20. Oh no, Pedro. Pedro is definitely struggling. And we've got major battle going on. Palpatine is getting the siege out, and that's going to be huge play. Brominelli coming in with 12 spearmen. Very nice. Clean up a couple of rams. I don't know if they'll do much else. So we have the Hun Tarkins, which are close range unit. Dive in for the trebuchets. That will be. Oh, BJL is able to save one of the trebuchets, but he also is using his villagers for defense, which is not usually a situation you want to find yourself in. Even Pedro is still alive here. Kind of useless. He could probably be out of this game. Rebuilding time, more Tarkin, but now, finally, Team 1, Brominelli and BJL, have a decent little force of defense here to deal with this pressure. They're gonna need answers for these rams. They do, the pikemen. And that is 3 of the 4 castles are now down. Meanwhile, we haven't seen much of Zerg in the melee, but he is loving this little river here, and he's loving the pressure that he's able to put on Brominelli on the sea, and well, he's actually mounting a bit of an army of his own. That is all Karambit warriors, they're a unique unit, and a couple trebuchets, so I imagine he's going to be looking at walking right in here to this castle. Right, one more trebuchet to go down, and suddenly BJL, his base is looking very well sustained, and they are leading the score, BJL and Romanelli. Again, with such a bare bones economies back here. Where are these guys all going? More help. We need more castles up front. Air Match A decides. Good expansion by Zerg here. Nice castles on the hill. I like that. And the trebuchets on the hill are going to take down these castles very nicely. Karambit warriors, they're cheap, but they are good for raiding. And if this castle can be taken... Oh, it doesn't! Romanelli is able to save his castle by cleaning up those trebuchets. Loses this one on the front, but that's to be expected. And now Brominelli is going to get into the trade routes, and that's costly. All these trade cogs going down. Some peace for BJL. Finally, able to push back. And yeah, this could go either way here. This is looking good. It looks like the wind is out of the sails a little bit for Palpatine and Air Match A's push. I'm not even sure where their army units are. Maybe we can figure that out. Cycle mode? Military units. Red there. Yeah, there's not a lot of military on the map right now. So, a time of peace and reboom. Everybody reboom. Yes, another town center come up for Palpatine here. We've got the hand cannoners are still disrupting trade in the center. And Zerg is just focusing on growth. Not much naval action. Nobody really wants to play the sea here, except for in this little river for Zerg. And Zerg is back with another round of Karambit warriors. Really taking down those wooden fences. They've got to go. More boom, Brominelli. That's what we need. Oh, geez, only now with the second TC. It has BJL doing still in recovery mode. He's pretty squeezed on resources here. And I'm just going to stop commenting on Pedro every once in a while. He just updates his crew on how big his population is, which is nice, but not helpful in any way. And Zerg's going to make a bit of a move here. Oh, those knights are not going to have a good time against... Oh, okay. Maybe they are. got going on here? Oh no, okay. Yes. Palpatine. Palpatine is coming in, and he is coming in with a really good force, actually. Enough trebuchets to do damage, and a elite Tarkin to raid, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. It's actually going to... Looks like it will probably swing the game, because I don't see how BJL is going to recover from that. That was about half of his economy. Meanwhile, Zerg is pestering Brominelli. He did take that down center away. The Brominelli operating on 1 TC, 1 castle. And here come some elite battle elephants, which are incredibly beefy units. They're going to be really hard for Brominelli to deal with, especially with trebuchets firing on him. Yeah, that's a good spot. Zerg, 2 very vulnerable castles right there. And these hand cannoners. Oh no, protect your trebuchets! Protect your trebuchets! Wow, actually, I'm just learning, I guess hand cannoners do not damage trebuchets very much. Holy moly, that is taking a while to destroy even 1 trebuchet. 2 castles gone, and we're going to have a good game as we have Palpatine and Air Match A successfully raiding an absolute mass of trebuchet power. Yeah, it's just too much. Just too many angles, too much force. I think Brominelli's holding on for maybe a little bit of a comeback here, but I really don't see this going anywhere. There we have it. BJL 93 Pikeman. Palpatine, the elite Tarkin. I didn't ever see that many units, but that's impressive. That's a strong unit. Anything notable here in the statistics? It took some time, and there was definitely a period where BJL and Romanelli looked like they had a chance to rebuild and maybe out boom, but in the end, against 4 people, the pressure just was nonstop. Too fast to deal with multiple opponents. Romanelli won conversion. That's what we like to see. That's a good play on the Zerg. And Matt J with his good kill to death ratio, but Palpatine leading the offensive charge with the most kills. Of course, BJL, very good feudal times and castle times, even though under such incredible pressure. And that's all I got for you.